I just want to take a moment and apologize to you guys. We didn't have very much content last week. I think we got one video out, and I kind of want to explain why. It's got a little bit more personal for me. Rip, why are you over here all by yourself? You gonna come see me? Hi. Hi, babies. Hi, Jules. And Billy. Tushy, you wanna come let me pet you? Come here. Rip, you're actually letting me pet you and you're not running away. Yeah? Tell me about it, buddy. I hate touching your face knowing you pee on it. Hi, Mama. Let's see. I wonder if you're pregnant. Can you give me a baby? Just gonna touch your belly. Billy, not while I'm around. Take it to the bedroom. I just want to feel something. Can you tell me? Speak to me. Okay. Y'all go enjoy your day. Tushy. You like that? Yep, trying to eat my clothes. Good morning, guys. It is Dorothy with 6 Day Ranch. Steven is working on our septic. I am going to be filling in the empty spaces to our garden. We've got all the plants. We went and got them one day last week with the boys. I don't remember when, but we kind of got just similar of what we already had. Let me show you. I just watered them. So we've got some kale, and I think, what is this? Oh, so this is some more cabbage and some bok choy. Some of it is starting to wilt, and I'm not sure why. I've been staying on top of water, and we got more leafy stuff and some chives, and there's a purple basil. Oh, right here, purple basil, right here. Hi, Max. Are you gonna help with the garden, buddy? You gonna help? So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna put this stuff in the empty spaces. So this is our beds now. We've got some empty spaces here. A couple of the kale died whenever it was still getting really hot, and then this bed is almost completely empty. I wanted to keep, because we got some more of this. This is that spring mix type lettuce. I wanted to keep this with the other lettuce, but I don't think I'm gonna have room down here. Because this is all that. I need to come and harvest it. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. I need to come and harvest it. Like, this is spinach. Max! No! And then this is like growing into it. Oh man, I think I just broke it. Max! That's not what you want to happen, but there's some lettuce. You want some lettuce? Look, we'll go feed this to the goats since I accidentally broke it. So I'm gonna like do some research on how to harvest the lettuce, because I don't know if you're just supposed to cut it, how short you're supposed to cut it, when you're supposed to cut it. And we're gonna see how the goats like this. Max, no. Leave the goats alone. They're on guard already. Look, I accidentally broke this. You want it? Oh, you saw the greens. How is it? Now, Rip, you're supposed to share. Look, Billy. Tushy. Okay, fine, you can have it. Was that good? So the goats got to have our garden first. I didn't mean to break it. You better behave or I'm gonna lock you up. You're full of energy. Oh man, he is full of energy. Aren't you, Max? All right, so let's see, what is this? I think this is kale. Yep, so this is kale and this is kale. This is gonna go, so we have one kale here that, oh, maybe it's coming back to life. Well, I'm gonna leave that then, because it's slowly starting to come back. So I'm gonna leave that. So we'll put some kale here, because I know for sure this one died. And some more kale. All right, so I'm gonna place this, and then I'll show you guys in just a minute where I put everything. Okay, so this is my thought. I accidentally bought too many plants. I've got some leafy stuff here, and I think what I'm gonna do, so I've got all these, like that's broccoli, or no, that's cabbage, that's broccoli. And then this is cabbage as well. It's actually a different type of cabbage. And I'm gonna plant these here, and then I've got some more Brussels sprouts that I can plant in these empty places. But what I think I'm gonna do with the leafy stuff is in between, like where these plants or the string crosses, I'm gonna put the leafy greens there, because when it grows, it'll actually shade each other to where hopefully it won't wilt. Because we get some random hot days here in the wintertime in Texas. So if I plant those and they shade them, kind of what I did with our tomato plants, and then once the Brussels sprouts grow up really tall, it'll do the same thing to where it shades those plants. And then right now, these are actually in the hottest part of the day, it'll actually help shade those plants. And I did the same over here. Let me show you. Steven's coming around. So I'm gonna put these leafy greens in the middle, because if we keep this stuff trimmed up, like this is needing to be trimmed, so I'm gonna trim this today, and I'm gonna trim it all up. And I'm also gonna tie up our tomato plant so it's falling over. I can put the kale in between because it grows just like this. And this is actually almost ready to be harvested into some good kale. So I can do the same. I'm gonna plant some kale in between. It'll shade each other. Hopefully shade, see those plants back there, which is our broccoli. I think it's either broccoli or cauliflower back there, and then broccoli or cauliflower here. I'm not really sure, I don't really remember. Two different plants. And then I'm gonna do the same here. Kind of just shade everything. And if they don't survive, then they don't survive, and that's okay. Let's see what Steven wants. What you doing?
I need a lighter.
A lighter?
Yeah, for some shrink wrap for electric.
Oh,
tie-in.
okay. So I think I'm gonna start in this bed first, because it's the most bare, and then work my way over there. This little guy, I'm not sure if this little guy was pulled out. What? Let's push you right back in. There we go. So this is some more of the Brussels sprouts, and I'm actually gonna try to label these better this time. And there's like 5 empty spaces, so we'll have one left over. So I'm just gonna start right here. You're tiny. You're a fresh little plant. Billy, you don't have to keep hollering. I know you're there. I know you are. Some of these plants are really, really fragile. More fragile than others. Oops. Especially whenever you accidentally drop them like that. Okay, so I have all the plants in this bed where they're gonna go. It's now I missed a square. I didn't realize that this square was empty, but that's okay, because like I said, I have extra plants that I'm gonna put kind of like in between all these to help shade everything. I'll just put one there. Oops. That's what I'm gonna do next. I'm just gonna go through and plant these guys. Let's see. This is mostly leafy stuff. Ah, Probably just got mud all over my face. That's okay. Alright, so we've got some arugula, some collards, and some mustard. They're like leafy stuff that goes like in salads and stuff. And then you got your mustard greens. Or your collard greens, I meant to say. Oops. So we're just going to go through and plant those now. This bed is fully complete. So I'm going to go and work on the second bed, and then I'll come back and water everything, make sure everything, I'm going to water it manually instead of just turning on the drip irrigation, just so that way I can make sure it gets fully saturated with some good water, because a lot of it is starting to wilt. We don't want that. Hopefully all of our plants survive. It looks so pretty to have a nice big bed, and then this one's just like overtaking everything. This bed's doing really, really well. I'm super excited to try this kale. We don't eat it by itself. We usually put it in smoothies. But it's going to be amazing to taste it all by itself. Alright, let's get to work. I'm just ready for some broccoli, guys. That is my absolute favorite vegetable of all times. And the one year, like I said, the one year that we planted broccoli, it was way too hot here. And so we didn't get to enjoy any of it. It just ended up dying. And I think that was also the same year that we attempted to let the chickens free range while we had a garden, and they ate everything. So that was fun. All right, these are done. Now we're gonna just keep moving on. We got all these right here, a whole bunch of different types of kale. I'm really, really excited for it. I don't know why I'm so excited about the kale. It's usually pretty bitter tasting, but like I said, in smoothies you can't really taste it. It's actually really good and really healthy for you. Also, it looks like I'm just squeezing the plant, but I'm not. I'm making sure to break up the soil that they're planted in to help those roots to be able to grow in the soil they're being planted in this bed. So like I'll show you right now. So usually I do it in there, but I just kind of do like that, up it, and it breaks up that soil, doesn't damage the roots. And then you just do like I said and spread it around. Now that the beds are done, man, it's bright out here. I'm going to do some watering, clean up, and then we're good for today. I'm gonna have Steven come and help harvest, and we're gonna do some research on the best way to harvest our lettuce. Just come around. Max is chasing him. All right, let me see. Shower. Here we go. Let's get the hot water out first. There we go. All right, these guys, I'm just gonna get in right here. I'm so happy there's flowering, like right here, which is gonna turn into some really pretty good tomatoes soon. Really excited about that, and they're all over the place. Some of them aren't yellow yet. They're gonna get there. All right, everything's watered. So our garden is good to go for the time being until I get in there to, like I said, stake the tomato plants and harvest. So keep a lookout. We're gonna do a separate video on that and of everything that we harvest and how those new plants work or hold up over the next few days. Couldn't get the gate open with one hand without Max coming in. So I just want to take a moment and apologize to you guys. We didn't have very much content last week. I think we got one video out, and I kind of want to explain why. It's got a little bit more personal for me. So I've noticed especially over the past year, especially in the left ear, I haven't been able to hear very well. Now growing up, I've always had problems with ears. or with my ears. I've had ear infections from left and right. I've had my left eardrum repaired because I actually had a hole in it when I was in like 3rd grade. I've had so many sets of tubes, and those were all like temporary fixes, and we thought that once we got my eardrum repaired that I'd be good to go. Well, I was like, no, I'm just gonna suck it up because I hear crickets in my ears and it drives me nuts. And Steven says I don't do it that often, but I feel like I ask him to repeat himself a lot. Goats are gonna come hang out with me. I feel like I ask him to repeat what he's saying a lot, or there's times that I can't even hear the boys talking. And I was like, I'm gonna get this taken care of. So I went to the only ENT in Victoria, and they were like, well, your eardrum's not repairable, hearing aids. But they didn't like go into depth or anything like that. And I was like, no, I think I'm gonna go and get a second opinion. It's my ears. I wanna get someone from Houston because we have a lot of really, really good, smart, intelligent doctors in Houston. So on Monday, I was in Houston and I got a second opinion, and unfortunately my ears, I do have another hole in my eardrum and it's just not repairable. I also have a ton of nerve damage in my left ear and just a little bit in my right ear. So the ENT in Houston said yes, hearing aids is the option. If I was to have my eardrum repaired again, it wouldn't improve it very much, and it would be considered an elective surgery because no one's really willing to repair an eardrum twice, especially as an adult. Hi, Billy. So I had that, and it stinks, but I'm just thankful that I don't have full hearing loss in either of my ears, or even in both of them. I can still hear well. So I have an appointment made to go look at hearing aids, find out costs and stuff like that. And then it all happened within a week's time frame, guys, so pray for me, please. I was like, well, I need to go get my eyes checked. I need more contacts because that's usually what I wear. And they said that I have something wrong in my right eye. They didn't really explain it all that well, but they said like my stigmatism, and then I had an eye infection a couple years ago, and they said that I've never really fully recovered from that. So I talked with Steven, and we're gonna actually go on Tuesday of next week to the guy that performs LASIK in Victoria and see what they can do, see their opinion, see if I'm approved for LASIK, and try and get that fixed. So it was just all at once, guys. So if you could just please pray for me. I'm okay with the fact of having hearing aids. They make them so discreet these days that I'm just not worried about it. I'd rather be able to hear rather than just, wondering what people are saying or not being able to fully hear them. Hi. Hi, Mama. Hi, Billy. So if you guys could just pray for me, that'd be greatly appreciated. And I promise I'm gonna get back to making more videos for you guys. Dude, you're so muddy. You having a good time in here? You having a good time? You're just relaxing. Billy, these people are crazy, huh? These pigs are crazy. You're not gonna eat me. So even though I have all that medical stuff, I'm still really blessed. God blesses me every day, so I'm not concerned about it. It's gonna work out, and if I have to stay in my glasses for, and I can't get LASIK, well then guess what? You're gonna start seeing me in my glasses, and I'm gonna get used to them. I can't stand wearing them, but that's okay. I can still see with them. Everything is gonna be just fine. And we're gonna keep you guys up to date on our garden. I'm really, really excited about it. Again, I don't know why I'm so excited about the kale. I only eat it in smoothies. So we'll see. I'm really excited for the broccoli because we grew it ourselves, and like I said, it's my favorite vegetable. So we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, Max. Say bye.